Hi, girlfriends. Here's Natalia Cavalier coming to you with another hot topic and top of mind things that I just feel like I need to share with you to help you on this journey of becoming financially independent and continue to show how strong we are as a community of women. And today, there is something that came to mind. I was thinking about my mom and how she's so amazing and always trying different things and working her way through life. She always found a way to provide for herself and for our family. Even though my dad was always very present, my mom had to, find a way to also bring income to our house. And she did that in so many different ways, and she is not educated. My mom never finished college. She had opportunities to do different things in her life, and she took those opportunities and really worked them to make a career for herself. And when I think of that, I was today just thinking about the idea of movement. How do we move along in life? How do we change and how we restart? And we can just be down, and the next thing we know, we find our way to come back and just start over again, right? So if you are in the moment in your life where you might not see where the next step and what to do next, what is my goal? People talk about goals all the time, and they talk about how you need to know where you're going, have strong desires. I'm here to tell you that it's not always the case. I never had a strong desire for anything in my career. To be honest with you, I never saw myself as a lawyer or a journalist. I thought of things and I had desires to be a career woman that is independently of a man. I'm independent financially. And that was my desire, but not a specific goal. So that resulted in a lot of changes throughout my life. And I'm still changing and evolving. Do you know that book, Who Moved My Cheese? Right? So basically, in life, there are two ways of change. You can change because you want to change, you feel the desire to change, or change happens to you. It's a beautiful thing. It's always going to happen if you want it or not. So we must try to be ready for it. And there are ways for us to react to changes. So my mom is an example of who is responding to a change with the desire to just achieve more. Even when the change happened to her and was driven by a hard situation, she always came to us as this is a new obstacle, but we are going to fight and we're going to achieve greater things after this. There was never a moment where I saw my mom in despair or just really not trying to see things as this is just momentary. This is gonna pass. This shall pass. That was always her attitude. So when we talk about changes in career, in our lives, we can look at it in a positive way or we can try to resist. So when you try to resist the change and just say, well, I'm not ready for this. And I am talking about, let's say, a layoff. We are going through so many layoffs. In the tech world, it's very, very sensitive topic right now. We don't know if our friends are going to have jobs tomorrow. So you really try to be that person who doesn't talk about it because you don't know if that person was impacted, if they will be impacted. But if you are impacted, or if you think you might be impacted by a layoff, there are ways to deal with it, right? Of course, it's emotionally draining. I've been there. It doesn't feel good at all. But when we try to resist and we try to just be in place and start to stay compliant, that can be a very scary thing to do when you are trying to move along in your career. So let's say it this way, okay? When changes happen to you, when you decide, okay, this happened to me, I had no choice. What am I going to do with the things that are in front of me right now? So try to break it down into specific things that you are able to work with. So let's not make the situation worse. Let's make it better for us. If I am without a job, what are the things that I need to do to get myself in a place where I will be looking for a new job? Because emotionally, we might not be there. But still, you can work your network, you can talk to people, try to position yourself, as I was impacted by a company layoff as a result of budgetary constraints, for example. Make sure that you are not victimizing yourself. That's important, because we don't want to say, oh my God, poor me, this company is horrible. You should always try to put things as, well, my team was not working on something that the company sees in their future. I had no control over that. So I should have seen that before, but I didn't. But it's okay. Now I understand the company is going a different direction, and I'm going to position myself in a different team, in a different way, so I can try to achieve my next career goal. When you say that, you're not the victim. You're just saying the facts. So state the facts. The fact is, I am not in a position right now that I wanted to be, but I'm going to make the best out of it. And whatever comes my way, I'm going to say, okay, I recognize what's happening to me, but it's not going to impact who I am. So this is who I am. I'm the person who is going to take this challenge. I'm going to look it right in the face. I'm going to see exactly for what it is. And I'm going to say, I can do it. And I'm going to move right past through it. I'm going to give you an example in my life. When I was 28 years old, I got divorced from my first husband. And I had a bachelor's degree. And I was working for the government, but I was making $35,000 a year. That was not enough in Southern California to have my own place, to have my own life. I was financially dependent on my ex-husband. And he decided to divorce me. So that happened to me. The first thing I did was throw myself to a very melancholical state. I was really not doing well. I thought I should just go back to Brazil, resume my life in Brazil. Now I speak English, I can go back. Why not? But the moment I talked to my best friend, she said to me, why would you go back? You have everything going for you. She saw what I didn't see. She saw the potential in me. And she said, you have the knife and the cheese, because you speak English, you have a bachelor's degree, you just started in your career, you have 4 years of experience. Now it's time for you to move up. And I thought, well, she thinks I have everything. I think I have nothing. So clearly, it was a matter of perspective. When she said that, it really lighted something inside of me. And I went back to my job after taking a month off. I took a month off to go to Europe. I cooled off. I had time to think. And I decided, you know what? This happened to me. It's not going to define me. Yes, I am now divorced. Yes, I'm alone in this country, but I'm gonna just have to make it happen. And that moment was a dividing moment for me, because there was no going back. I realized there was no going back. I was just moving forward with my life. It was hard. It was not easy. I went on to have a roommate, something I never had before in my life. So I got myself a roommate and then another roommate because it got really expensive. So it was 4 of us in a house. And we just had the most amazing experiences. I learned a lot. And in that moment, I saw the power of women when life happens to us. All of us had a different story to tell. We divorced, or you are just starting in your life, or some people gave up everything they had in their career and changed careers and starting over. And I saw how we must make the most out of the things that happens to us. So I want to leave you with that today. When life happens to you, take that as a gift to act on for the next step of your life. And the moment that it happens to you, when your cheese gets moved, you say, you know what? I'm going to go after the next cheese. I'm not going to sit here and wait to see what else is going to happen to me. I am going to go and make it happen for me. So next time someone tries to move your cheese, let them take it. The next cheese, it's a lot more flavorful. See you soon, girls.